Welcome to Miss Stories in Crime. I'm your host, Melissa Thompson. Today we're talking about 39-year-old mayamillete, who was last seen on January 7, 2021 by her family. After that, there have been no confirmed sightings of her. The mother of three, ages 4, 9, and 11, was a civilian Navy employee as a contract specialist in the naval base in San Diego, or the 32nd Street Naval Station. Maya, who is a Filipino-American woman who is 5 foot 2 inches tall and weighs 105 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. Maya has tattoos of musical notes on her clavicle and a tattoo of a hummingbird on her back. She was married to her high school sweetheart, Larry Millete, for 21 years. Allegedly, Larry was the last person to see her before she went missing. Her sister, Mary Chris, said the family was in a group text message planning Millete's daughter's 11th birthday in Big Bear when she disappeared from her Chula Vista home in California. Mary Chris stated, quote, We were planning on a weekend getaway for her daughter's birthday, and she did not respond at all, and she was the one who was planning it. So that's when we knew something was terribly wrong, end quote. Maya's brother then went to the Millete's home on January 8th, 2021, to check on her, Mary Chris said. Quote, When my brother asked, "Where's my sister at?" they said she's been in the room all day and she hasn't come out yet. One of her daughters said she's been in there for 11 hours, end quote. Maya's brother, or May as family like to call her, knocked on the bedroom door, but there was no answer. So he left, assuming his sister didn't want to be bothered. On Saturday, January 9th, 2021, Maya's father went to the Millete's home and asked Larry to open the bedroom door with his key. Mary Chris said, quote, He was able to open the door and she was not there. And that's when the family decided to file a missing persons report with the police, end quote. On January 7, 2021, the last day her family saw her, Mary Chris confirmed that Maya had filled out a form and had booked an appointment with a divorce attorney with the intention of starting divorce proceedings, but wanted to wait until after her daughter's birthday. Maya's scheduled appointment was January 12th of 2021, but she disappeared before she could make it there. Mary Chris said that before Maya vanished, she asked for $10,000 that same week. Mary Chris then went on to say, quote, She said that she's filing for the divorce, and then she said it's going to be a nasty divorce, end quote. Maya's car is still at home. There is no activity on her credit cards, and her phone goes straight to voicemail. Mary Chris went on to say, quote, It was odd. She was always the first to answer, and the trip was for her daughter's birthday. Something didn't seem right, end quote. As a mom myself, I know that I wouldn't miss my child's birthday unless there was external forces stopping me. That makes it a big factor in Maya's case. She wouldn't miss a trip she was planning for her daughter's birthday. Larry Millete previously claimed he believed his wife left the house to get some alone time. Quote, Initially, that's what I thought, he told Fox 5 San Diego. But as the days go by, it's very unlikely that that's it, because she wouldn't be gone this long. I'm still very hopeful that with all this media coverage, she'll turn up and say, Hey, I'm okay, end quote. Yeah, okay, sure, Larry. 2 weeks after Maya went missing, Chula Vista Police served a search warrant on Millete's home looking for clues to her disappearance. Authorities have not named any suspects at this time. Police said in a statement that bringing home Maya remains their top priority. The Chula Vista Police Department released a statement, quote, We continue to encourage anyone with information to share it with us, no matter what. These types of cases can hinge on seemingly meaningless pieces of information, but taken together, they can be very valuable. Larry retained a lawyer and has stopped cooperating with police. He has not participated in any search parties or has attended any public vigils Maya's family has put together. While she was missing, Larry just stayed at home with their children. On January 19th of 2021, a GoFundMe page was set up for Maya. On January 21st of 2021, Maya's niece, Micah Tabalanza, thanked the community, led searches or vigils for her, and for giving them the strength and sending all these people to help them. Mary Chris told DailyMail.com that she does not harbor ill feelings towards Larry and his family. Quote, "I don't want to cut ties with them," she stated. I don't want to burn bridges. They are still family," end quote. Mary Chris told NBC7 that she, quote, "can't imagine Larry harming her sister." Mary Chris hopes her brother-in-law joins in the search for Maya. "Show that you do care for my sister. Show that you do love her. That's all I'm asking," end quote. Maya's relatives told Fox News that they've been cautious about speaking out because they're afraid of Larry. Mary Crisp and her husband, Richard Joliet, saw the couple on a family camping trip days before Maya went missing. Mary Crisp told NBC7, quote, that Larry and Maya engaged in a lot of arguments on the trip. Relatives said Maya and Larry were having marital problems throughout 2020. Mary Crisp and her husband Richard said that Maya and Larry's relationship had become rocky for a year or two. Quote, "When we do have a get-together, they would be there arguing, and then another time they would be close again. Like, oh, okay, they worked it out. So it had been like that for the last year," end quote, Richard stated. Quote, "They argued a lot, and it was a little bit uncomfortable. It was weird because Larry was acting different. He wasn't acting like Larry. He was acting different. They were done. The relationship was done. You could just tell," end quote. Maya and Larry argued over a Jeep Wrangler that they brought with them on a family camping trip to the Glamis Sand Dunes in California on January 3rd, 2021. According to her sister, Mary Crisp, and her husband Richard, detectives had previously said her marriage showed signs of stress, and her family had initially believed she might have left the home for a walk after arguing with Larry. Allegedly, Larry suspected Maya of having a boyfriend and discussed paying someone $20,000 to kill her alleged boyfriend. A witness who allegedly heard the discussion revealed, quote, "According to Larry, they had a big fight Thursday night. Larry left the house Friday morning, and he didn't see her at all Friday. Even on Saturday, didn't see her at all," said Maya's sister, Mary Chris. Inside Edition went to speak to Larry at his house. They knocked, but no one answered. Larry later released a message via text saying, quote, "We appreciate you spreading awareness of my wife's disappearance. I prefer not to comment at this time," end quote. Investigators have not disclosed any immediate signs of foul play. Maya's family has become very insistent that police zero in on her husband of 21 years, Larry Millete. Days before Maya disappeared, she allegedly told relatives, quote, "If anything happened to me, it would be Larry. Remember, this is alleged." Maya's brother-in-law, Richard, said, Larry tried to drag her family into their problems. Quote, "He was trying to get us on his side when we felt like it was a lot of lies that he was telling us," end quote. In September of 2020, Larry allegedly sent a relative a photo of a bloody altar with an image of him and Maya. Richard continued, "He was more of an aggressor, trying to get us involved," end quote. Mary Chris said, quote, "We felt sometimes uncomfortable about it too, But we were just praying and hoping they would be able to work it out. We didn't see this coming, after that. Richard then spoke about how Larry had called him asking for advice about his marriage last summer. Quote, "He just sounded desperate, You gotta listen to me. It's her fault. It's her fault." Larry began sending bizarre messages to his in-laws in the months that followed. He did some extreme shit. End quote. Richard and Mary Chris feel very frustrated with the fact that they hadn't received any answers about Maya's whereabouts. Richard stated, quote, "It doesn't add up. They have camera surveillance from all the neighbors. They said they have over 100 hours to review. And 3 months later, you're still looking at those 100 hours, reviewing those videos? Something's got to give." End quote. Maya's family sought help in solving the case from Billy Little, an attorney at the Cold Case Foundation. Little said that Larry allowed him to walk through the Millete's home on January 11, 2021, 2 days after he reported Maya missing. The windows were all open. The fans were on full blast. It was a little chilly. It looked like he had been cleaning, Little quoted, talking to Larry a little bit before, noticing a hole in the door to the couple's bedroom. Larry blamed the hole on Maya, Little said. On April 11, 2021, a search warrant was served at the home of Larry Millete's aunt and uncle. The Encanto home in the 7100 block of the Viewcrest Drive is within San Diego city limits. The owners of this home is Ricky Lincoln, better known as Uncle Ricky to Larry Millete, and his Aunt Kathy Lincoln, who live in the home. Neighbors said they seized guns and carried out several boxes of evidence. Investigators are also trying to identify a vehicle seen on surveillance during the morning hours driving through the neighborhood on January 8th of 2021. Loved ones have organized multiple search parties and rallies to raise awareness of Maya's disappearance and to seek tips to her whereabouts. Mary Chris said, quote, "I don't want to lose the hope that she's still okay and still with us. I know there's a lot of possibilities that can happen, but there's a place in my heart that she's still with us." End quote. Let's bring Mayamillete home. Anyone with information on Maya's whereabouts is asked to call Chula Vista Police Department at 619-691-5151 or Crime Stoppers at 888-580-8477. My thoughts and prayers go out to Maya Millete's family and friends, especially her 3 children who need their mom back. Maya, it's time we bring you home. One more tidbit I want to discuss while researching this case. 6 loud bangs that sounded like gunfire were captured on a neighbor's surveillance camera the night Maya Millete disappeared. Audio was captured around 10 p.m. by neighbors who provided the recording to KFMB TV in San Diego. The video portion was not released because it identifies their home. In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, things are not looking so good for Larry. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.
If I could turn the hourglass over, if I could set the clock back, it wouldn't change a thing, I know that. I know that. And when I look at the world around me, I see what might have been, but every deed has got a price tag. Now I know that. I wish I never met my weakest moments. You call me by name, you cut me wide open. You play